If I handed you a 500-page book and I ask you to read through it and tell me how many times you see the word homework appear, it will take you a very long time. And if I told you that the words homework, home, and work do not have to be right next to each other, that they could be words apart, it might take you even longer. Now, this is exactly what scientists struggle with every day. Not to look for the word homework in a very long book, but rather important patterns in our very, very long DNA. You might have heard many times before about how our genes dictate what we might look like, or how at risk we might be for certain forms of cancers. Now, our genes are also made up of the very 4 letters that our DNA is also made up of, the letters A, T, C, and G. Now, our genes are like the blueprints that our cells require to function properly. And if our genes are turned on or off uncontrollably, this can lead to the development of various cancers. So I have developed a tool that allows scientists to study how our genes are affected by little changes within our DNA. And this can help quicken biological discoveries to help make new medications. Now, looking on this slide, we can see that certain genes might require certain proteins, in this case labeled P1 and P2. Now, P1 and P2, they look for and attach to specific patterns in our DNA, in this case, the pink patterns. And in between the pink patterns, there exists some space. And this space, in this case, is 6 letters long. But in other patterns, this might be 7, 8, or 10. And so it's important that scientists are able to locate where these pink, blue, pink patterns occur so that in the laboratory, they can change some of these letters to see how that might affect how much our gene is turned on or off. But unfortunately, current programming tools that scientists use to find these patterns do not work well for patterns that have these spaces in between. So in order to solve this problem, I have created my own tool. And all my tool requires are 2 patterns and the various spaces that can exist in between. And my tool then looks into the DNA and finds where all of these patterns are located and reports them in the table like shown below. And in addition to locating these patterns, it also locates the gene that is nearby. And this helps scientists narrow down all the genes that they can experiment with in the lab. By combining biology with other computational sciences like computer science, we can help quicken biological discoveries and help scientists focus more of their time on studying cancers. Thank you.